my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
Hey there, welcome in, welcome in. Had some technical difficulties. Hey there, welcome in. Welcome back for Love and Marriage Detroit. Yes, 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 yes. I'm still looking at Love and Marriage Huntsville. What is going on with Martell and our girl Melody? What is going on? How is he having a whole custody issue? Like, what? Is he serious? You got to be kidding me. A custody issue? She's not a good parent. Everybody knows she's a great parent. Everybody knows that. I don't even watch this show and I know that. That's crazy. And the judge just happens to be a lady. A lady, I say. So now, I don't know. Judge, come on now. Hopefully you're not falling for the okie doke. You know, certain people like to gaslight us, right? But anyway, how you guys doing today? Happy holiday weekend. How's your holiday weekend going? How's everybody out there? I am having a great holiday weekend because I've decided not to go out in the crowds. Yes, yes, yes. Hey there, Coach Mary Ma. Good to see you. Your notification is on and you're in the building. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. All right. Okay, the show will be starting in just a couple of minutes, so we're just gonna watch out this last few minutes of uh looks like Kimmy and how do you pronounce her name? Kawaya? Anyway, Maurice's first wife, his ex-wife, and his current wife are sitting down to have a conversation. Um Looks interesting, Kimmy is trying to explain something. I've got it on silence, so I couldn't tell you exactly what is being said. Hey girl, hey. Hey, A team and moderator extraordinaire. Yep. Yeah, that's right, guys. Thumbs up. And if you're watching on the replay, want to say hey to our replay gang. You guys are doing a great job of coming in, checking out the replay, getting in there, getting those comments in, and liking the video. We appreciate you for keeping us in the algorithm. That's how it works. You like the video, and we stay in the algorithm, and it gives us the opportunity to do more and more material and bring in more panels. As everyone knows, of course, next week we will be doing, next week, next Friday will be the new installment in the new season of Ready to Love. So we'll probably be doing our panel on Sundays for that. And then tomorrow, of course, at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be back in the house to do Married at First Sight, the reunion. Yes, the reunion part 2. That's right. That's right. Kiowa. Oh my goodness. I don't know. These guys were on Twitter. Were they on Twitter having a Twitter war? I just seen something. Looks like they were on Twitter. I don't know. Nightbot, you were actually thanking me for being here in the chat. That's funny. That is funny, Nightbot. I'm still working on training you. All right, Nightbot. Let's see. Okay, and what's going on with so what do you guys have planned for this weekend? What are you guys doing? Any plans for the weekend? You going out? You having fireworks at home? You are going out to a large major firework in your community? And what are we guys doing? You having family over? What's really going on? I don't know. I haven't made any real big plans. I imagine I'll be getting together with some friends and family one of the days between now and Tuesday, maybe Sunday or Monday. And thinking about going to the 4th of July parade. I think I'll probably do that. I've been doing that. It's been a tradition in my family for, oh, I don't know. My kids are grown, so probably about a good 30 years. Good 30 years. Yeah. Okay, guys, it's on. So I'm going to go on mute and I'll be right back. So, yes. Oh, Monique, what? No plans? Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit. It's affected. I'm going to go on mute though, but everything is okay. It's actually gotten better today. Thanks for caring. And I'm glad it's not bothering you guys down over there where you are. Ooh, wee. Wow. I don't know where to start. Where to start. Okay, guys, how do you feel about Colby? Was Colby wrong for talking about what happened and that Christina's husband Brandon has this whole new artist? And then when she found out at the table during their 11-year wedding anniversary of their marriage, was she wrong for continuing to like pick at it? I kind of think so. Like, I don't know, but I kind of think so. I tend to think so because these people were celebrating their 11-year anniversary. And regardless of whether or not this man told his wife, but instead told his friend, which was your husband, who in turn told you, I just think that, you got to read the room. It's their anniversary. You're a guest. And clearly he didn't tell his wife. So what can you do? What you can do is back down, zip your lips, take a pause, and let the two of them work it out. Let them work it out because the only two people in their marriage is him and her. It's not you and your husband. It's not Bobo, Boo Boo. It's not Pookie and Ray Ray. It's those two. So just kind of dial it back a little bit, not be so assertive, and let them handle it. So I think that's to me where I feel like she's wrong, in my opinion. But tell me in the comments and tell me in the chat what you think. Do you feel like Colby was wrong? Was she just being a friend and getting it all out there in front of everybody? And really, what do you guys think about Brandon? Brandon says that he's not wrong when he went and got his wife and he consoled her and walked her away from the group to kind of put those sweet nothings in her ear. And that's exactly what they appear to be, as sweet nothings, because he's basically saying in his confessional that he is not wrong. And actually, I have to disagree with him. I think he's very wrong. And I got a couple of concerns when it comes to Brandon, guys. Like, one of my concerns is, what is it about Brandon? What's going on? And why is it like right now, from what we're seeing, that Brandon doesn't seem to want to be at home with his lovely wife and he's got those two beautiful girls? Like, what's going on? Like, why are you not wanting to be at home? Like, why? You got 6-year-old, 3-year-old daughters. They're never going to be that young and sweet again, never in life. Now, when they're 13 and 16, but right now they are sweet and young and innocent, and you got all these things that you can be teaching them and loving on them, and you can still build your business and still have time for your wife and your kids. So, like, that's a concern I have. And then I also wanted to know, like, guys, are you like me? Are you wondering what happened between these two? Like, what happened between Brandon and Christine, like in the early days, that she's saying, what happened before? What happened before? What is it that's going on? Like, I really want to know. Hey, allegedly, you sure look familiar, girl. Hey, allegedly, Aubrey. But yeah, I'm like wondering. Okay, so it's back on, and we're going on mute. And we're back with Colby and her sexy, fine chocolate husband, Russell. Right. What do you guys think? What do you think about what's going on with her with Colby and her husband Russell? Right. You know, he's kind of talking to her about what happened, and he's kind of letting her know that she maybe took it a little bit too far. And like I was asking you guys, what do you think? Do you think Colby took it a little bit too far? Seems like I think she did, but of course, when she gets animated, and I'm going to say animated and excited, our voices tend to sometimes get a little bit louder. I didn't see any disrespect in it, though. I didn't hear her. She wasn't cursing him. She didn't call him out his name. She wasn't talking to him in, from my feelings, any kind of disrespectful tone, but merely her voice was animated. She was excited, clearly. And he was coming with the whole, all right, watch your tone, watch your tone. We're having a conversation. We're not doing this yelling thing. We're not doing this yelling thing, which, I guess he's perceiving it the way he's perceiving it. I didn't perceive it that way, but she says that that's him thinking that talking to her like she's a like he's over her. He's her superior. And like, like he's apparently, he's in the army reserve. So he has a higher power, and he's over people in the military. So he's accustomed to receiving a lot of respect and a lot of admiration. But the thing of it is, I think whatever your job is at work, whether you're in the military, whether you're a doctor, lawyer, or Indian chief, when you come home, you're dealing with your spouse. Your spouse is a different person. Hey there, Roro. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm glad you're in here. Yeah. All right. Allegedly she's here tonight too, by the way, in case you haven't seen her yet in the chat. But yeah, so like I was just saying how watching this, how Russell, who I think is just really, really handsome guy, but he was giving his wife a little hard time. Then we move over to Christina and Brandon, and they're talking about the evening. And she's saying, apparently they just moved to this beautiful penthouse in downtown Detroit. The view, I can see they got the Ambassador Bridge to Canada, right over there to Canada. So, up north there. So that's cool. They got a nice penthouse. They're still getting their furniture together. They were working on the bed, and they were just chatting about what happened. And, her thing is like, yeah, you kind of embarrassed me, because I would have preferred to have heard from you, right? Directly from you. Um, tell me, tell me these things. And oh, I'm sorry, I have to flip back over here to Russell and to Colby and Colby and her husband Russell. The two of them, same thing with Colby and Russell. So Russell decides to tell Colby that, he's decided that he's going to seminary. He's going to school to become a minister, an ordained minister, and she would be like first lady. And she's saying that, being having been a preacher's kid, she's seen what that life is like. That's a lot of sacrifice. People that are in in the ministry, that is a lot of sacrifice, not just for the minister and the pastor, but also for his wife and children. Yeah. I like that. What it do? What it do? That's a DC term, a DC greeting. So is this back on? Yeah, it's back on. Okay, I'm going on mute, Roro. Be right back. Wow, wow, wow. I think there was a little bit of booty shaking going on up in the club, up in the club. What is this thing that men have about like getting their other male friends into trouble? Like the one guy, that's Anthony. Anthony was telling Brandon, like, man, you can't move around. You can't move around. You can't go nowhere. You can't even sign nobody to a contract. You got to get your wife's approval. Man, man, man. I'm like, he probably going through the same thing. You got to get your wife's approval. You married to a whole doctor. Trust and believe. She ain't letting you walk all over her, brother. I know she's not. So don't even play like that. Roro, let's see what you saying, girl. I don't believe that these men can't understand why Brandon's wife has a problem with what he did regarding the new female artist. Exactly. They get it, but I see this oftentimes with men. Like I said, there's a whole culture among men, especially in a certain age group, in a certain population, whereby they love to razz their male friends about, if they got a woman. Like it's almost as if they don't want them to have a woman, be it in relationship girlfriend or be it a wife. Like it's not pro marriage, it's not pro family. And then when these people split up, everybody going, oh man, they broke up their family. I don't even get that. I really don't even get that. Like you said, yeah, yeah, them waitresses, they was wearing the least. I mean, not naked, not nude. It wasn't a strip joint from what I could tell. It was an actual club. But yeah, the waitresses were definitely dressed to catch the male gaze. And that's what they were doing. They were catching the male gaze, like hopefully the men are tipping. Hopefully the men are tipping. What you think, Roro? Are they tipping well? You think those guys are in there giving up the dollars, the coins? You think those waitresses are really earning a good little living wage? Hopefully, because times are tough. Times are tough. But yeah, I don't know. I think that all of the couples are saying that they basically have some form, which, and it's common. It's a human issue. It's not just even a couple's issue, but people have trouble with communication. And, it's like we all struggle sometimes to say what it is to give the information that we need to give to our partners, our family, our children, our spouses, um, our loved ones, and give it to them in a way where they can really like be on board with us where we can all cooperate and get along together. Do we say too much? Are we saying enough? But I think these men know it's already an issue because they talking like they don't want their wives to know nothing. Why'd you get married? If you're not gonna tell your spouse anything, and the one guy that moved to Atlanta, that's Anthony. Like Anthony, why'd you move to Atlanta? You got a whole wife and a beautiful home in Michigan. There ain't nothing down there in Atlanta. That's Sin City. Yeah, I bet they are, Roro. I bet they are tipping. Them coins is tipping real well. You know that? What'd you think, Roro? What'd you think about the house that Anthony and his wife have? Okay, it's back on. I'm gonna go on mute. Tell me in the chat. Okay, now this not gonna be the only trick that Carlos is gonna use. This signature trick of like the group gets together and then the men expose that something happened that the wives don't know about, particularly Brandon's wife Christina. Like for real. Okay, guys. So the guys are up in the rump shaking, booty shaking club, and they're talking about, and which now this surprised me that we got to this so quickly. What actually happened with Brandon and this former artist that he had, and what happened with his wife. um Apparently he says he had this young female artist and they were getting to know one another. He said that in order to work with her, and I can kind of get it, that like if you're writing music or promoting them, I can see where kind of like with podcasting. So I tell my friends, podcasting is a very intimate space, and if you got a podcast partner, it can be very intimate. You can know it can be very personal. You get to know that person generally very well, if you don't already, because most people do podcasts with friends, lovers, and husband and wives podcasts like here on YouTube. But anyway, getting back to Brandon. So Brandon had this artist and he was getting to know her. He says that she was exposing and sharing her screenshots of pictures and information about her ex or her current boyfriend. And so then he said that it only felt right, of course, that he come clean and he be vulnerable. So he's telling her stuff like, well, he's got one foot out the door. He can't stand his wife. He doesn't like her. She gets on his nerves. And then, of course, you know what had to happen. The wife opened up the laptop and found all these messages and went down the rabbit hole and was like, what in the HELL is going on? I'm like, yeah, I know that's right. Like, how you gonna be telling another woman that you don't like me and I'm your wife and I'm the mother to your two children? Where in the heck do you get off doing that kind of stuff? That's crazy. Like, that is so crazy. That is so much breaking a boundary, hurting her emotionally, and the next thing after that is you guys end up in bed. You ain't fooling nobody. We all know that trick. Like anybody that's ever met a man that's out there that's married, he's going to always tell you, if he tells you he's married, he's going to always tell you that he can't stand his wife. He got one foot out the door. He's about to get divorced. BS. I call BS on all of that, right? I call BS totally and absolutely. And we see in the upcoming scene, we see that Brandon about to get blown out again, once again. And of course, he's not going to take responsibility. It's always somebody else's fault for telling his wife something that he could have just as easily have told her. I want to know, why is he even married? Why did he even get married? Like what's really going on? Now let me go back here in these comments. Roro is saying that the house that the doctor shares, okay, is back on. Yeah, that house is luxurious. Girl, ooh, give me one of those. Wow, wow, wow. I think I'm gonna like Dr. Latoya. I think she's very ambitious, but she also seems very balanced. And I don't know though. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how she deals with Anthony, because he's the one that's over that men's movement. I need to find out more about that men's movement. Thank you, Monique King, for dropping the links and the clickable link for my A-team membership, guys. Consider joining that if you like what we do here to help support. Um, and Roro, yeah, I think that house is absolutely luxurious. But let's go back to your comment right here. Um, Anthony said it right. That Brandon is lucky to still be in the house in one piece. Exactly. Exactly. Like after you done talked about your wife and dogged her out and you left the evidence for her to find. You didn't even go into Snapchat, dude. What's up with that? Like, you really don't care. And this is what I'm saying about him. Like, I noticed this from last episode, the very first episode. Like, for her to say that he leaves out the house early in the morning and doesn't come back till late at night, and she's got to call him to ask him when he's coming home, and he's telling her he doesn't know. Dude, do you even want to be married? But see, you know what? I got a girlfriend, and I'm not going to say no names on here because she probably might be listening in later on. But listen, I got a girlfriend, and I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes, as a woman, you have to know when you got to get a babysitter for those two beautiful little girls, put your move something dress on, and you got to get out and hit the clubs with your girl. You see, and then don't bother calling him. And when he come home and you still not there because you done went over to your girl's house after you done stayed out at the club all night long, and you go over to your girl's house and kind of maybe have a cup of coffee and sit and talk and have him ringing and blowing your phone up. That's what you have to do sometimes with these crazy men, because they don't know what it's like until the shoe is on the other foot. That's what it is. They do not know until the shoe is on the other foot. They don't believe that fat meat is greasy. And we as women, you're going to either be able to roll with the punches and give them some as good as you getting, give it back to them, or you're going to have to figure out a way. If you're not going to marital counseling, I don't know what you're doing. But we also found out in the scene at the club, we found out that Russell used to hit the clubs pretty hard. He used to drink, he used to go to the clubs, and he doesn't do that anymore. He doesn't drink anymore, and he is giving his life over to God. And this is the one Russell is going to into the ministry. So I think that's great that he doesn't drink anymore. He's off the liquor and the alcohol, and he doesn't basically go into clubs except, I guess, to film this one scene. He went in where the ladies were doing the booty shaking. You know what I'm saying? But he was letting the guys know that he's on the straight and narrow path. So that should be interesting to see how that kind of works out with these two guys, these two other guys, because they definitely seem to be a part of the club scene. Of course, um, uh, Anthony, who's married to the Dr. Latoya, he's kind of in the clubs because of by virtue of the fact that they own this wine called Opulence. So he's definitely he drinks like a lot of people do. And we're back to the wine club. So let me go on mute real quick. Wow, these men really love to gaslight women. Mm. Like for real. I don't understand what happened. Like so, yeah. Let me go back here in the comments real quick as we wrap this up. Roro said it best. The old "I didn't tell you because I knew you would react like this." It's weak and it's a tired excuse. It's very played out. Exactly. Yeah, I think that a lot of these men are really not married, ready for marriage because why are they still being immature? Why are they still deflecting? It's just a simple thing to be honest and just tell your wives, tell your partner what it is you want to do and have a discussion. But I don't think anybody wants to have discussions anymore. I think everybody wants to think that they can be married and still move around as if they're single. And that's that whole expression that the guys was talking about earlier when they asked Brandon, "Man, can't you move around? Can't you move around?" So we see in the upcoming scene, it looks like apparently Brandon is calling up his boy Anthony to tell him that he don't even know if he's separated or not. He haven't talked to his wife. He left the marital home, and he's just talking like, well, I told her I'm good. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that. Why do you keep giving up on your marriage? You just made 11 years, a dream for a lot of people to even make it that far, and now all of a sudden you telling her that you good, you tired, you Gucci, you Gucci already. What about those two little girls you guys decided to bring into the world? What about the fact that you decided to ask this woman to marry you, to be your bride, to be your spouse, to be your partner in life, but yet you don't want her to partner with you? You won't even talk to her. Like, what in the world? What is going on with these people? What is going on? Um, yeah, now I'm kind of jumping around here. Roro, I did not see the wine. I will check it out. I have heard about it. I've heard some good things about it. Um, I know that place where they were at is right downtown. It's very popular. It's black owned, and I will be probably checking that out this summer as I get it on with this hot girl summer that I'm having, right? So I will be checking that out. And yeah, a dose of his own nasty medicine. I think that's the best cure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Cause I'm like, you're gonna know what it feel like. You want to be out here twisting in the wind, footloose and fancy free. You gonna find out what that feel like when the shoe was on the other foot. Keep playing around. And was Roro says the new chick did open up that can of worms with Brandon. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, he opened it up. He opened it up because there's no way, if even if he thought he was going to listen to her inside of her story, there's no way that he needed to go that far into his marriage and talk about and say some bad things and go 10 toes down on that he's not happy and put all that stuff on her. Like, that's very disrespectful. That's emotional cheating, like she said. Last but not least, uh, and did you notice what it was he was crying about? He was crying about, oh my God, my wife she didn't want me to be living in Atlanta. She didn't want us to have a commuter relationship while we raising these young kids. Now, all things granted, if you guys didn't have any young children or if your kids were grown and you wanted to do a commuter marriage, knock yourself out. If your spouse agrees with that, knock yourself out. But why did you bring these little kids into it and you're not around to raise them? I just don't get the point of that. What's that all about? Did these men have fathers in their homes? Did they grow up in two-parent homes? I guess that's my next question. I need to know more. I need to know more. Who had a father in their home and who didn't? Which one of these three men had fathers in their homes? Any of them? One of them? Two of them? Three of them? None of them? I need to know. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. I'm not sure I'm following Anthony. Well, yeah, Anthony was the one that was crying, right? I think that's what you're talking about, right, Roro? That Anthony was the one crying on the boat when they were out talking about him being in Atlanta and this whole thing about him moving to Atlanta. So we'll figure it out. Let me know in the chat if I got that right. I'm not sure what exactly you're saying. I think I might have missed something here. Let me know what you're talking about, Roro. And thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the people. Warm Strong came through earlier. Our girl Monique King dropped in the links and whatnot. That allegedly Aubrey, she rolled through here for a little while. Enjoyed her. um, yeah, Warm Strong Adventures. Thanks a lot, Warm Strong Adventures. And thank you for all you guys. You're here on the replay. I thank you again. Appreciate you being here. Check us out tomorrow live. We'll have a whole panel with us, and we'll be doing Married at First Sight, the reunion. That's the Nashville season that we're currently in. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow in our chat. And I thank you guys. Have a great one. I'm going to shimmy and shake on out of here, guys. And you guys have a wonderful holiday weekend as I shimmy and shake on out of here. See you tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.